Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and today we're going to be taking a look at just some of the spicy little games coming to the Nintendo Switch in the month of January. Yes, we were a bit late. As always, this is not every game coming to the Switch in the month of January 2020. It's just the ones that we selected, and major releases are a little bit thin on the ground, but we found some tasty little numbers that we think you'll enjoy as well. But anyway, that's more than enough waffling. Let's dive right into things. Let's start things off with 140 or 140. I've never heard it read aloud. This is a rhythm-based platform game, and it was, I actually remember, I was going to ignore this one when I saw it on the list, and then I remembered, hang on, I recognize that. It's a game that came out on the Wii U way back when, and I'm pretty sure I did a video about it. You know what? It's actually bloody good. It looks really simple, and I suppose in a mechanical sense, it's relatively simple, but at the same time, it does some really interesting things with evolution. It's very simple, straightforward, but surprisingly challenging as well. It's a blooming good time, and, well, if you like your rhythm platformers, this is one of them, and one that you should probably enjoy. That's coming out on the 9th of January. I forgot to say that. Also on the 9th of January, we have got Thoth, or T-H-O-T-A, it's made by the same person. And it is a twin-stick shooter. I don't know if you could tell that from looking at the literal footage. I'll be brutally honest, I didn't know about this one back in the day. Whether this was released for the Wii U, I can't remember. I should have looked that up, but I didn't. Looking into it, though, it is a very well-received game. It's a twin-stick shooter, kind of like sort of Geometry Wars type thing, but with a very sort of retro-y style. I like the look of it. I think it's a good. Moving on, coming out on the 10th of January, we have got Technosphere, or Technosphere Reload as the logo says, but none of the other documentation says Reload, so I don't know why that's there. This is one of those sort of marble platformer games. I don't know whether you've ever seen them before, maybe not, but they were quite prevalent back in the day, and this looks like a spicy new one. I don't know what it is about the marble-based games that always appealed to me when I was younger. Maybe it's just one of those games that I saw a lot of people playing, but never actually played myself until I was older. I don't know, but I have a really good time with them, and yeah, this looks like a good one, sort of puzzle-based in places and stuff like that. I like the lighting as well. It's a pretty-looking sausage. Continuing on our January journey, we have got Sorry, James, coming out on the 16th of January. This is a bizarre-looking little thing. Basically, you have to decrypt and look through a load of data and messages and do little puzzles and things like that. And you can, it's one of those things where I think it's easier to just look and see what's on the screen at the moment. So if you're not looking, look now. The big thing about this game is that it promises non-linear storytelling, which is one of those things that could go one of two ways, but I looked into it. It's been very well received as well, so I have every reason to believe that this is a very nice little game, and it does its non-linear storytelling in a fantastic manner. And I do enjoy me some non-linear storytelling. I think it's one of the best things about Breath of the Wild is its non-linear storytelling. That and everything else about it. When I was researching this, I had to verify my age, so I'm guessing maybe this isn't quite suitable for younger players, but if you're of the older disposition, oh yeah, it's an M. If you're 17 plus, then have at it, friends. Similarly, on the 16th of January, we have got Super Crush KO, which is a game. This is kind of a sort of an action brawler platformer type thing, but interestingly, it's made by the same people who make Graceful Explosion Machine, and if you played that game, you can be fairly confident that this is going to be a good little thing. It's got a strong art style, different power-ups to change how you fight and stuff like that, and they're kind of sort of food-based, like pizza up a slice or whatever. But the most important thing is the entire plot revolves around you having to save your cat, and if that's not a relatable bloody plotline, I don't know what is. Also on the 16th of January, we have got the heavily acclaimed To the Moon. This is one of those games that was kind of like one of the first like proper darlings of the indie game sort of thing. I believe the game was originally made in RPG Maker, so it looks a little bit basic in places, but it's really not about the looks, and anyway, this one's been remade in Unreal, so shut up. You only have to Google the name To the Moon to just see so many people gushing about this game. It really was really, it almost felt revolutionary when it first came out, and it's just one of those games you need to play, okay? You know, just sort of put aside, if you're not big into RPGs or anything like that, just put all that sort of preconception to one side and just dive in and give it a go, because there's a reason so many people love it. The very next day, on the 17th of January, we have got Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore. I originally called it #FE. I got a lot of people angry in the comments. This is a Fire Emblem Shin Megami Tensei crossover that was originally released on the Wii U, and if you're already sold by the time I've said that, you probably know it's your kind of thing. I'm really not the right person to talk to about it, because Xeon's the chap who's been handling it on the channel, so if you check the description, you'll see all sorts of lovely words spoken by his very mouth about this very game. Thank you. Jumping 6 days into the future, on the 23rd of January, we have got Oddworld Strangers Wrath HD, or Wrath if you prefer. I don't quite know how, but I was never aware of this game when it first came out, all the way back in the space year 2000 and something, I think. I haven't actually looked. What was it? It's 2005. 2005. If you hadn't guessed from the title, this is a spin-off of the Oddworld series, and it's kind of sort of a first-person game. Yeah, it's very different. You play as a bounty hunter known as the Stranger. What a surprise there. And you're trying to get enough cashola together to save your life with a medical procedure because, well, let's not say too much. It's just as bizarre as all the other Oddworld games, but the gameplay is phenomenally different, as you can probably tell just by looking. But there's nothing else quite like it out there. I think, wasn't this originally meant to come out on the Wii U? I'm pretty sure it was meant to come out on the Wii U and it never did. Charging forward into the future that is the 30th of January, we have got Horrifying Thing Never Again. This is a first-person horror adventure game, as you can probably tell from looking at it. And yeah, this kind of game is not exactly uncommon, to say the least. There was a huge influx of them a number of years ago, and they've kind of slowed down now, but this is actually a good one. You play as a girl who wakes from a nightmare, and the nightmare's kind of bled into reality, and you gotta go around, and it actually takes a lot of cues from things like point-and-click adventure games, which is no bad thing. It does have some puzzles that are maybe a little bit obtuse, but that's the point-and-clickness coming into play. This game isn't going to be for everyone, but if it looks like your cup of tea, then do a little bit more research into it, find out a bit more about it. You may have found yourself a gem, bub. Also on the 30th of January, we have got a very different game, Aviary Attorney. It's a lawyer bird game. It's a courtroom-based game somewhat similar to things like Ace Attorney, but everything's a bird or an animal, mostly birds. And I can't help but feel if there's a Simpsons reference in there. I don't know. Personally, I really like these sort of courtroom drama style things, just because I find them really interesting. I love deducing things and all that sort of thing, and I like birds as well. I like birds a lot. And lastly, also on the 30th of January, we have Skellboy, which, now, this one was hard to find. No one's updated their listings anywhere, but it is coming out on this date, according to the publisher. This is an action-adventure game where you play, unsurprisingly, as a skeleton, and you can swap out body parts and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sold on the art style, but I do like everything else about it. It looks like really good fun. Nintendo even featured it in their indie stuff, and Nintendo usually don't feature rubbish, so this should be a good. And there you have it. Yes, definitely smaller games overall this month. January is usually a bit of a low, but we still think there are some very, very spicy little sausages in that little list. Have we missed out the best game of the century? Let us know what you think we should have included in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you pull open those curtains and realize that that subscribe button is not Christmas, and nor is Christmas for a long time. And be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you pull open those curtains and realize that that subscribe button is not Christmas, and nor is Christmas for a long time. And be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye. Hello there. Woo! Oh, that's a bad start to the year. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you ponder January